Hey guys! Today I'm going to be doing the long-awaited comics vlog where I'm going to catch up on a bunch of the series that I'm very far behind on. So I'm going to do a couple of these. I'm going to try to spread them out a bit because I have a feeling they're not going to be that entertaining. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to pick like 6 or 7 titles from the comics issues that I'm all backed up on, and I'm going to read them. And then I'm going to come back after I read them and kind of talk about whether I liked them or not and that type of stuff. Yeah, so I think I have like 6 or 7 titles here today, so I'm just going to go over them real quick before I get into the vlog part. So the first one I have here is Middle West, and I have 5 issues that I need to read. I believe the series is done, but I have read quite a few already, so I'm just trying to finish this one out so I can trade it in and get rid of it. The next one I have is a adult graphic novel. It is by my favorite artist, and it is his like newer series, so I am very excited to read it. I got it several months ago, but I've been putting it off, and I'm just going to kind of cover up. Maybe I'll try to blur the cover. I don't know. Anyways, this is fine print. I'm not going to show you the cover because it's very adult, and I don't want to get a strike on YouTube. Yeah, so Fine Print by Stefan Sejic. He is the writer of Sunstone and the sequel series, which is still part of Sunstone. The next title I have is called Inkblot, and here's 2 of the covers. I actually have 15 issues of this to read, which I think is all that's out to date. I'm not sure if the series is done or not, to be honest with you, because I'm so far behind. My husband has really enjoyed this one, so I'm excited to get to this. But like I said, I have a lot of these to read. Like, I have so many of these to read. I haven't even started the series. It's crazy. The next title I'm going to be reading is called Wind, and there's 10 issues of this I need to read. I think I've read number 1 because it's not in my pile here. But I really just barely started this and then kind of fell into a comic slump. So the art in this looks really nice and really cool. Like, I don't know, reminds me of Avatar a little bit. It's kind of cool. Also one that my husband has liked a lot, so I'm excited to read this. But I have a lot, and they are comics kind of on the thicker side. Like, they are big, so it's gonna be a while reading these. And then the next series I have is called Bliss. And I have the entire series to read. I think this one is done, actually. Here's 8. I don't know if that's the last one here. Let me see. Yeah, so 8 is the last one I have here. I'll have to double check and see if that's the end of the series, but I have a feeling it is. I think my husband told me that this one's done. Yeah, so I have 8 issues of Bliss to read. And then the next one I have to go through is Triad. I have read 2 issues of this. This is issue 3, and I have up to issue 10 to read. I don't know if this is done. I think it might just be on break. This is by the same author as Rat Queens, if you're familiar with that series. It's very popular. So I've been enjoying this one so far. Okay, and then last, but definitely not least, a long-running series that I need to get caught up on because it is either about to finish or 49 or 50 is the last one. That is Deadly Class. I need to finish these bad boys out. I haven't read Deadly Class in a little bit over a year, and Remender has a whole other series that he just released that I do want to get to. I'm also behind on 7 to Eternity, but I'm going to save that one for another vlog. Just because I have so much Deadly Class to read. So I have issues 38 through 49 here that I need to read. So yeah, this might be the one I start with, because as much as these are like on the longer side, they're action-packed, so they move really fast. So I might start with these. All right, so now I've gone over my gigantic pile of comics that I'm going to read this time. And let me just tell you guys, this is only the tip of the iceberg. I probably have like a year to a year and a half worth of comics I need to catch up on, and that's just in issues. I have bought trades in the last year. So there's going to be like 3 or 4 of these, depending on how many I can actually read and get through and then talk about in one sitting. I hope you guys enjoy this type of video, because I would be really happy to do more comic content in the upcoming year. I am trying to diversify and kind of do 50-50 books and comics here. Basically, the reason I decided to do this weekend is because I am still working my way through Oathbringer. I'm almost 50% of the way through it. I've been listening to the audiobook from my library, and I'm getting a little burnt out, as does happen with me with Brandon Sanderson's big series. So in order to keep myself motivated, I'm like, I need to read something that's like easy, you know, fast-paced, like something that's just going to keep me engaged so that I'm not like DNFing Oathbringer, because I do really, like, I am enjoying it. I'm not hating it. It's just, his books sometimes hit kind of a lull in the middle. So anyways, let's get to it. Hey, just popping on to say that I just finished issue 42 of Deadly Class. Things are getting pretty wild. So I'm gonna continue reading this. I have to go to work for a little bit, and then I'll be back. Checking in. It is the next day. I finished everything up to issue 49 or 50. Let me check real quick. 49. Up to issue 49 of Deadly Class. So that's everything I've got right now. And I'm enjoying it. It's really nice. Honestly, I'm happy with the way it's kind of wrapping up at the end. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. I've just generally enjoyed this comic quite a bit. So I am very fucking tired after this week of work. And I'm gonna sit here and read some comics this afternoon and just chill and try to like relax and not do a whole lot. We're supposed to get some snow again tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, so I'll probably just be at home. I got a couple things I have to do tomorrow, like drop my car off and shit like that. It has to get fixed. So, gotta do that tomorrow, but then I'm just planning on staying home, filming a couple videos, chilling out and reading comics. Yeah. That's gonna be my life this weekend. Woo! Alright, so I'm gonna read me some Triad next, and I will check in and let you know how that goes. Wow, okay, really realizing quite how ghostly I look. So I'm just here to give an update. I finished Bliss. It is Saturday evening at this point. I finished Bliss last night, and then I'm starting to get into Wind now. I really like Bliss, for it being such like a one-shot kind of comic. Definitely recommend. Like, the complete series is out at this point, so if you're, it's kind of like sci-fi, explores like drug addiction and like family and toxic families and stuff like that. So if you're into that, check it out. I am baking a cake right now, and I'm gonna sit down and read a little bit more Wind while that bakes, and I actually might build some Legos. And let me show you guys what I got real quick. Let me just set you down. I don't know if this will work. We'll give it a shot. I got Legos. So we splurged, and I got the new medieval set. So I'm really pumped to start this, but like, it's a lot of pieces. It is 2,164 pieces. So yeah, maybe I will sit down and start this tonight, but probably not. Hi, Junie. And I got some smaller ones too. Like, I collect these brickheads, so I got this guy. This one was free because we spent a certain amount of money. And then I got the new lovebirds that they have out. Let me get those real quick. Let's see. Here they are. Aren't they so cute? So cute. See, obviously I already built these. I was so excited for these. Alright, so I am gonna go read some comics, and I'll try to check in. I haven't been super good about check-ins, so I'm feeling really exhausted. And I was gonna film a video tonight, but I came back here and realized the lighting is such shit that I'm not gonna do that. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. I don't even know if that was recording. I don't think it was. Anyways, hey guys, here comes June. Hi, Junie. Hi. I don't remember the last time I updated you, but it is Thursday the 3rd, and I have been having a really, really horrible week in terms of pain and feeling really exhausted. So I haven't done a ton of reading this week. I was hoping to get through it last weekend, but I just didn't because I was feeling like shit. So I have finished Wind. I am up to date on Wind now. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more today. We'll see how much energy I have. But right now I gotta try to clean my house just a little bit today. And then we'll see how I feel. I might check in a little bit. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, welcome back. No more updates. I have finished everything on my list for my comic catch-up number 1. So yeah, it took me close to a week. Close to a week to get through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 series and get caught up. Not all of them starting at the beginning, but some of them I started at the beginning. And I'm just gonna go over some brief thoughts, like what I ended up rating these. So starting with Fine Print, I read volume 1. It's the only one that's out so far. I have it in trade paperback. It is a adult fantasy romance slash kind of smut comic. If you're not familiar with Sejik, this is what he does. I am a pretty big fan of Sunstone, and I like Fine Print. I rated it 4 stars. I thought it was pretty good. The story's kind of slower starting out, I think, compared to Sunstone. But overall, I'm excited to continue reading this. There's some Easter eggs in terms of, like, it kind of takes place in the same world as, like, his other comics and then his wife's comics. So I think that's pretty neat. There's, like, a little Easter egg at one point where you can see the characters from Sunstone in the background because of where the main character goes at one point. So yeah, I did enjoy this one a lot. I read it all in one sitting. I think that's a good sign. I really like his art. Nothing more else I can say. If you're a fan of smut, go for it. It follows a main character who's human, and then the other characters are like succubus, and then there's kind of like gods and stuff going on. So if you're into like mythology or like paranormal fantasy, that type of stuff, like gods and mythological creatures, yeah, this is for you. And then the next one that I finished was essentially volume 10 of Deadly Class. This is not the actual end of the series. I think there's going to be one more volume. And I really liked this addition to the story. I like Deadly Class a lot, but I have felt like in the past couple volumes it's maybe gotten a little slower. I wasn't like super loving how dragged out some of the storyline was feeling, and I definitely feel like volume 10 brought me a lot more satisfaction. I'm really liking the character growth that you're finally seeing. I don't know, I went on a big rant after I finished it with my husband, so I think I liked this out of probably all of them, so I'm excited to see how this ends, to be honest with you. I'm really liking the direction that the story is going for the wrap-up. I also rated volume 10 of Deadly Class 4 stars out of 5. And then I read Inkblot volumes 1 and 2. This one is interesting and a little funny, to be honest with you, but it's not that the story feels slow, it's that it's so almost repetitive, because it's literally like following this cat that can open portals to other worlds. So almost every comic has like the same formula to it, like the cat opens a portal, chaos ensues. I did have a thought while reading it that was kind of interesting, and I wonder if this is kind of where the concept came from. This is a thing. People believe that cats have the ability to just like pass between worlds. And it's kind of like poking fun at how cats are like kind of weird and like will just like disappear. They're kind of like stealthy. Anyways, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. But that's kind of what this gave me the feeling of. Yeah, so I rated volume 1 4 stars because I was really enjoying it, but by the time I got to volume 2, I rated it 3. I may adjust those, to be honest with you. It might be a 3 and a 2 star. Now that I'm thinking about it some more, and I'm like a little removed from the story, because it is a really unique concept, but it's not super entertaining because it's very formulaic. And then I also ended up finishing Triad volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1 I rated 4 stars, and then volume 2 I rated 3 stars. I am enjoying this, but upon reading some of other people's thoughts on this series, I am definitely feeling like this is his version of Saga, which doesn't feel super original. However, the world it's set in does feel a little more original than like if he were to just straight up rip off Saga. So I do like it. I do like the world, the fantasy elements, the magic elements of it. I do like the characters and the whole story, but it just does feel a little bit like Saga, and I do feel like maybe like Rat Queens and Saga kind of compete in terms of popularity. So there's a weird kind of vibe that I get from reading this one, where I'm like, are you just trying to monopolize upon the fact that Saga's been on break for like nearly 2 years, by making like a similar kind of themed comic? Now the art is amazing, I will give it that. So I did really enjoy it. I will continue reading it, considering it, if it keeps going, hopefully it does. This particular writer has a tendency to fizzle out after a little while, so I have become increasingly disappointed with their works. Yeah. Anyways, Triad, it was good. I do recommend it if you like fantasy. If you like Saga, check it out, but just be aware that it's going to be very similar in theme. And then I also read Bliss, which was I think a 10-issue one-shot comic, so it's technically not a volume because it's not part of a series. I did enjoy this a lot. I rated it 4 stars. It talks about drug addiction and like generational like curses, like how the trauma of your family members will like affect the way they live and subsequently cause you trauma. It does have a very similar theme to another comic that I finished called Middle West, and this is written by Scotty Young, a very well-known comic writer. Again, the art in this is absolutely amazing, and it does talk about the same kinds of things, generational curses, like abuse within families, and how people who are abused will sometimes abuse others, and kind of explores that from the perspective of somebody breaking those generational curses. So Bliss and Middle West have very similar themes in that regard. I think minus the drug addiction. Middle West doesn't really explore that. It's more about anger. For Middle West, book 3, so that's volume 3, the final chapter in Middle West, I rated it 4 stars. I did really like this. I did like this series. It follows the main character is a young boy named Abel, and his father is horrible to him, and he runs away from home. His father can turn into a giant tornado demon, and then we find out that when Abel gets mad, he's also cursed with the same thing and can turn into a giant tornado demon. And it's all about him trying to like control this power that he has and break the curse that his family's placed upon him through learning how to like have compassion and rely upon his friendships and like heal himself, essentially. And then the last one that I read was Wind, books 1 and 2, and I rated them both 5 stars. I love this series. The writing, the story, the art, all of it is superb. It talks about racism, it's talking about genocide, war. There's a lot of heavy topics discussed in this, but it's definitely like a coming of age story as well. And really has some great like character development and friendships and like family. Like the main character is like adopted and is of this like magical race that is like hated by humans, and like they try to like kill them and stuff. It's horrible, but like the main character is this boy and is gay, and everything about this story is great. I do really suggest people check it out if they're into like a, maybe almost like middle grade, but with some like heavier dig deep topics. Definitely recommend you check out Wind. Anyways, guys, I gotta wrap this up because my camera is about to overheat, like always. Leave a comment below if you've read any of these and you have similar thoughts. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I'll see you guys later.